So one of the things, Dark November, I don't know if I remember telling you this, but one of the things I've been working on is Battles of Nosgoth, which would be like its own separate game.
Yeah, I noticed it's more like a war game thing, yeah.
Yeah, more of a tabletop kind of strategy game, and the goal is for people to be able to import their roleplay characters into that.
It's actually pretty cool. It reminds me of I think Wizards tried to do something similar with D&D at some point, but didn't go that well. But yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds pretty awesome. And well, from what I read in the Discord forum, you've put quite some thought into it as well. So I think it sounds pretty awesome if you can pull it out.
yeah. The
You know,
goal is that
and pull it off. If you can pull it off, it's gonna be pretty good.
yeah, because that's gonna be fun because players can design their own minor clans if you wish. So that's going to be my biggest hassle is trying to import like rules and traits, and then trying to import people's minor clans, how those would work. So that's going to be a little fun on my end.
No, yeah, I don't have that much experience in wargaming, but yeah, I've always found it kind of fascinating. Like when I was in junior high, a couple of guys used to play Warhammer 40K.
Oh yeah, that's what I would play. Yeah,
I never, um, I just looked a bit into the lore and stuff, but I've always been more into the pen and paper thingy, like a pen and paper RPG thingy. Rather than wargaming.
like there's
Although I get the appeal of wargaming.
yeah, like there's one Melkahim minor clan I created called Meldus. And what makes Meldus interesting is that they give poison attacks to their undead summons. So that would be like really interesting to see on a strategy tabletop game where it's like Melkahim versus the Meldus, where it's like, okay, regular Melkahim, they have a little bit more magic at their disposal, but their undead minions don't have the poison trait, whereas the Meldus do. So undead versus undead, it'd be kind of interesting. What I'm planning on doing is making it where there's morale and shit like that, but anything that's undead does not have to do a morale check. But other things do. The only issue I have is I think it's going to be a lot of numbers, like a lot of numbers. And I think that might be a turnoff for some people because then that means they're going to have to keep track of like the actual numbers of shit. It's easier on like Roll20 where I could just make an HP bar and just show it off to everybody, but it's going to be harder on like real tabletops.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty interesting concept, to be honest.
Like one of the
I mean,
units,
in
have you played Soul Reaver 1?
Soul River One, yeah, I'm currently playing it. Like the
Okay, cool.
remastered edition. It's like
So there's a guy, a dead guy, in Soul Reaver 1 in Zephon's chamber, and he's got a flamethrower. The only time we
yeah,
ever see the flamethrower. Only time. And
I mean, yeah,
that
so far,
that's like the plan is to make that into a unit for my Battles of Nosgoth, where humans will have their own unique unit that's a legendary unit, and it's a flamethrower guy. Heavily, heavily, heavily armored. So he's damn hard to kill. And then if he gets one shot off, he could wipe out an entire vampire unit. Like that's the
yeah, sure,
goal.
why not?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool. If I remember well, I think that guy was one of the vampire hunter guys.
Yeah.
But most of them have crossbows and stuff, huh?
And that's kind of the point is that I want to I want to design like certain battle tactics. Like I want like certain clans and certain origins to have their own unique units, which may take a lot of design on my part. Like I want the feral humans to have a scout unit that's like a skirmisher, and they hold spears, and they can do like a pinning, kind of like Duma, where he's pinned onto the throne, where they could just do a pinning ability where they get rid of their weapon by basically stabbing something into place. And that could be interesting tactically for a number of reasons. But there's a lot of things I'm working on with that game, and right now I'm just calculating like how would damage be done and how would HP be done. But besides that, unit wise, it's going to be very fascinating, very fun to work with.
Yeah, I mean, like you've put quite some thought into this. So it's gonna be. I mean, it's nice also if you can if there is like this like cross compatibility between World of Nosgoth and Battles for Nosgoth. That sounds actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that's also my other goal. Like, so like you recruited Vic as one of your allies. That could be something that I could implement. Is Vic is like a hero unit, so he's like kind of like a second general for your army whenever you're into a battle because he's there for you. He's not as good as a legendary unit, but he's almost there. So he's able to easily take on like a single unit of infantry by himself. These are all goals and ideas in mind, is like implementing player choices. One thing as well is let's say you create your own minor clan, right? You create your own minor clan and you say, you know what? This campaign is really fun. I'm going to make Plura Farms our home base. Okay. So because Plura Farm is your home base, this would be the battle map I would use if you ever were attacked for some roleplay reason. And it's like, okay, you're attacked by a group of Hilden who somehow breached reality. So once you win the battle, now we go to the role play aspect where it's like, okay, you're the clan leader. You need to investigate this. Why were you attacked? Why did you take so many losses? And then you can do the whole quest from there. It's going to be more fun, I think. I think it's going to be more interesting.
I mean, that's how I kind of pictured, cross-platform campaign. Like exactly, you have your own character in the pen and paper RPG, but you also participate as a hero unit in grand scale battles and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds pretty cool.
The only issue I'm having is that there's a bit of a disconnect between battle simulator and roleplay. One of the disconnects is that in roleplay, if you ever fight more than two guys, it's usually very, very difficult and it's like a fucking death sentence. But if I import you into a battle sim, your guy could probably wipe out like half a fucking unit of dudes by yourself. And it's like, okay, wait a minute. Why am I so good in battles but not good in roleplay? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's like the one disconnect I'm trying to figure out. And I'm like, do I want players to be heroes like Warhammer does? Or do I want players to be just a model who kind of buffs the stats of whatever unit they're a part of?
Yeah, actually, I can, I can't express my personal opinion on this matter because I don't have that much experience in wargaming.
Yeah, but you
It's a
kind
good
of see the
question.
disconnect that I'm
That's,
talking about. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, no, I get what you're talking about. It sounds like a legit question, but honestly, I don't know mechanically wise what would be better.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean,
That's my issue too. I don't know what's better either.
but yeah, I mean, you can probably play test the system with some of the other guys from Discord, I guess, which are more experienced in wargaming. I mean, I think Nomad Doesn't he always post Warhammer stuff, or was that
Yeah, she likes
wasn't that?
Warhammer. Yeah, she likes painting. Usually, she doesn't really care about playing.
Yeah, I mean, my friends from junior high used like painting and modeling the armies and stuff, but they weren't that much into the wargaming aspect of the game.
My main wargaming was back when I was like way way young, and what it was I had a friend who was like an adult, and me and him always chilled because he was at one of the daycare centers that my mom kind of like threw me in one summer, and me and him were totally chill. So like he showed me he had a fuck ton of Warhammer models, and I mean like a lot. He had almost every faction, and he even had shit that was like not even codexed, which was really cool. And now I realize that he was just basically kit bashing with whatever leftover models he had. But it was really cool at the time. Like me and him would play like squats versus Necrons, and we would just keep playing like whatever random shit we decided to do that day.
I mean, I really liked the designs of the Warhammer 40k units. I've only played the real-time strategies like the Dawn of War games.
Oh, those are fun.
Um,
I love those
yeah, that was
games.
pretty good. They were pretty good. That was my only experience with Warhammer 40k, and I've read some of the codexes and lore and background lore for it. But that's
Yeah,
all. That's all basically. I haven't played the original war game.
you could play it on Roll20, I believe. Same with Tabletop Simulator, which is a downloadable Steam game. But there was one thing that I remember, which was Wurzag. There's a reason why I love Wurzag, and Wurzag was a orc shaman who, when he would be played, anytime it was your turn, basically, if you had a wizard unit, you would have to roll the dice and see if you would be turned into a squig. And if you're turned into a squig, it was permanent. So it was like, great, there goes my level fucking 8 wizard or whatever bullshit. Yeah, Wurzag was kind of crazy. Because he also had a trait called Taste Bad, which means that your mount does half damage to him.
Aren't the orcs the ones that actually recycle all that kind of garbage from the Imperium and make their own units and stuff, like their own tanks and
Yeah, yeah.
crap? Yeah, I never heard that, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what the orcs are supposed to be, is that there's a bit of a horror aspect to it when you kind of logistically think about it. Is that they don't need things that you and I would need. So like if you build a vehicle, you and I know that we would need wheels, we would need an engine, we would need oil, we would need gas. An orc would just kind of slap a bunch of metal together and put something that's like somewhat round shape on for tires, and it works. No oil, no gas, it just
Yeah, I've
works.
also read that. I've also read the theory that the only reason that the Emperor is immortal or some shit is because the orcs think that he is, or something like that. I don't know. It was crazy stuff. Like the orcs have the power to make things work with their mind, or something like that.
Yeah. The more you get
Yeah, I
into
read that
40,
crazy conspiracy theory. It was like, I'm like, man.
the more
I
you get
mean, the
into
reason that
Warhammer, the more you realize it's not just unique to orcs, it's more pronounced with the orcs. Like if enough humans believe in something, then something starts to manifest in reality. But if
like what's the name of that? It's like the tulpa effect or so. Yeah.
yeah, it's really funny though with the orcs though, just because it's more pronounced. Like you see it much more proactively.
Yeah, but the reason I don't like Warhammer 40k, I mean, like, I like it, like, aesthetically. It's pretty interesting, it's pretty fun. All the units are very well designed and all, but the reason I don't like the lore is because man, it's too edgy for me. I don't know. It's like, it literally sounds like it was written by an edgy teenager that wrote edgy fanfic just to be edgy, you know?
Yeah,
It's like, to some extent it is kind of nonsensical. I mean, like the whole thing about how the uh what was that? It's been ages since I've read it, but it's like how they was that the Mechanicus, I think, how they fuel the spaceships and stuff. I was like, man, what's
Oh yeah,
I mean,
give the
yeah,
guy a
it's like
bunch of painkillers while he like nuclearly like degenerates.
it
Yeah,
was dissolving or some shit, and I'm like, man, you're the Mechanicus, you're making fucking machines. Just make a machine to do that stuff. Why do you have to get irradiated? No, they have to get irradiated for dramatic effect. It's like, yeah.
there's a few franchises that suffer from not really knowing what their theme is sometimes, and
No,
that's usually the writer's fault. Like one of them was Vampire the Masquerade, the World of Darkness stuff. Hunter has like two different themes. Originally, hunters were supposed to be like punk rock, like rebellious kind of dudes, like motorcycle guys and shit like that.
you
But
mean the Vampire Hunters?
yes,
Yeah.
but then they went
Well,
some sort of weird like mage kind of look with it. So it's one of those things where depending on what book you read and stuff, you'll get totally
yeah.
different themes for the same thing.
I mean, okay, I'll be honest. I've read Vampire the Masquerade 20th Anniversary Edition, and I really wanted to like GM it, but I didn't. I never found a group for it. I've read also assorted materials from the first and second edition of Vampire the Masquerade. Okay, Vampire Requiem, I totally ignored it. It was completely, in my opinion at least, was kind of bullshit. They overly complicated some stuff, and I never really got that reboot. It never caught on to the people as well because the lore was so confusing. Um it wasn't successful to as Vampire the Masquerade. That's why I think that after this reboot with Requiem failed, they simply reverted everything for the 20th anniversary edition. But as far as it concerns the Hunters, yeah, you're right. In the beginning, was those rock and roll guys like Blade kind of types.
Yeah.
Uh, but I think in the process, I think second edition, I'm not sure, they changed them more like to this elite unit of the Vatican and the Christian Church or whatever church there is. And they gave it more of a cleric like kind of theme with this whole true faith ability. It's like true faith is like the ability the hunters have who are truly who are true believers of their faith, regardless if it is Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, or whatever kind of religion they believe in. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. As long as they are true believers, they're able to repel vampires, harm vampires, and what else was that? I'm not sure.
No,
Yeah,
like that was
I
like the
mean, you
big
get the
thing
picture.
was that the original hunters, the punk rock stuff, some of them were given magical powers by unknown entities. It wasn't about faith. It was just an unknown entity. And you could choose to trust it, or you could choose to be like a true hunter and say, you know what? I kill everything that's not human. So whatever this supernatural thing is giving me powers, I'll use it, but I'm gonna kill it at some point.
Yeah, I get what you mean. No, the thing is, I like World of Darkness. I'm a fan personally, and I think it's pretty well written. But what I really hate about it is the mage stuff, like the mage the ascension stuff. I think that's overkill. I mean,
They have way too many codexes on way too many things, in my opinion. Like they
that's
have the
true.
wraith. It's like really playing as a ghost, or the fairy one.
Mm.
Which one was the fairy one again? Fuck. Like
Yeah, I don't remember anyway. But yeah, and the changeling one, it's like, yeah, okay.
changeling, yes.
Yeah, I mean, changeling. I didn't agree with the changeling. I found it also overkill, as well as mage. I mean, I liked vampire. In any case, it's extremely well written, uh, quite interesting lore, quite well worked. Uh, I also consider werewolf
Oh yeah,
great
apocalypse
as
or whatever
well.
it is. Yeah.
Kindred of the East, like the Kuei-jin, which are like the Chinese vampire thingies. This is also pretty well written. Uh, But Wraith, Wraith the Oblivion, I think it has a great lore, and it's extremely interesting as a fantasy setting. It doesn't translate that well into playing, though. I think Wraith is the first they've written, but like the third they released. And the reason for that is like it's extremely hard to find a group to play Wraith.
But yet, funny
Because
enough, Wraith is like, if you talk to some of those fans, they talk about Wraith like it's the golden child. They talk about like it's the greatest codex ever. Yet, funny enough, I can never find people who play it.
no, there is a reason for that. It's like
Yeah.
it's true. I mean, I've personally written. Sorry, I've personally read the Wraith codexes. Um, it's truly a well-written setting and well thought. But the big problem is it's extremely depressing, man. It's extremely depressing. Okay, I mean, like, just imagine that. Okay, you start the game and you're dead.
Oh yeah.
You're just dead. You cannot go back, and you have the following choices. Okay, you're dead, and you're not simply dead. Wraiths aren't simply dead. They're like um, bound to the world through a tether, usually unfinished business they had, or a person they care about and think about and worry about, so they cannot move on, like to heaven or whatever the next world is in the afterlife, and they're simply trapped in this. What was the name for that dimension? In this spectral realm kind of thingy, okay? Um, and that's the problem. It's like you cannot do many stuff. I mean, there are things to do, there are dangers and enemies to face, and all the stuff. And there is this whole thingy about when you become a wraith. There's like the good parts of yourself and the evil parts of yourself would turn into a wraith of their own, like your shadow and stuff, and you battle that thing. And okay, I mean, it had an interesting concept, but I think it's extremely depressing because basically all you can do is hang out with other ghosts and like mourn the fact that you're dead while simultaneously trying to survive in an extremely hostile spectral realm full of other spirits who want to devour you and stuff, and haunt your haunt your loved ones. It's like you cannot do much. You cannot do. It's not fun, like in air quotations. If you understand. The sense that it's extremely depressing, and I mean, it's great to write fan fiction, and it's great, for example, to read and admire the well-written setting, but it doesn't translate as good as a TTRPG game. I mean, people don't play TTRPG games to get depressed.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, it will make perfect setting for a movie or a series or so, but yeah, not a good setting for TTRPG.
I'm
While
gonna
Vampire is completely
I'm
different.
I'm gonna try to call Fuddy and see if that works. I'm gonna call him through
Yeah, sure.
Discord. Boy better get his ass on. I swear to God. I swear to God. This is giving me like Skype vibes. I'm just gonna keep spam calling. I remember in Skype I would do this shit to my friends. I would just spam call them until they fucking answered. Okay, I called him like 5 times. I think he's snoozing. That's fine. All right, so a recap of what happened. Fuddy entered the farms and it was attacked again. So he helped clear out the stuff and he was making friends with the Torellum. And while Fuddy was around here seeing what was going on, he spotted and scouted out a few areas. That's kind of why the map is exposed. Is because he revealed everything to everybody. He found that there was two gigantic Limonagers, and I was like, "Oh wow, you found them." And he's like, "Yep." So he tells Ernaka about this giant Limonagers, and then he also saw that there was a giant band of Limonagers coming over. And Ernaka revealed to him that those two giant Limonagers are actually commanders of the assaults. So by killing them, that would give them some time to recuperate, maybe like a day to 3 days at most, while they pretty much wait for you and Fuddy to go deal with the real problem, which is deep south in the forest. Fuddy also found a band of humans to the south over there, and
Yeah,
they don't look too friendly, so we decided not to even try to talk to them.
they don't look too friendly.
No, because
Okay,
they saw Fuddy at the same time that Fuddy saw them, but they just stood there with their spears ready, and they didn't seem willing to come close, but they didn't want him to come
they're,
close either. They're just kind of standing there ready for a fight.
so they're feral humans.
Not exactly, no.
Okay,
They're just not slaves.
I see. And are we like under attack still, or
No, because Fuddy had a huge battle which involved the massacre of the mutants.
great? So right now we know that there's something deep in the forest where the Limonagers and the other mutants originate from, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I guess that our next move would be to head there and see how we can stop it or
That
investigate at least.
yeah, that and also you have that side mission to get human slaves for your friend Olira, who will pay you
What
handsomely for it.
was it the Zephanim
The Zephanim
uh
lady, who's your sponsor, yes.
yeah. Yeah, I mean like if we need to get the human slaves, they're like right there, so we can simply attack them and get and enslave these ones.
If you think you can convince people to help you, then yeah, try it.
Um okay, if I can convince people to help me. I mean I guess I can take the Turalim guy who breaks tables with me.
True.
Like that guy, the
Vic.
Turalim guy.
Yes.
Yeah, Vic. Yeah, what was his name? Right. Um yeah, I mean I can go try to talk to him and try to persuade him.
You do have your item.
Hmm?
You do
Sorry?
have Vic's item.
Oh yeah, he's given me a ring or something, right? And
Yes.
I can call him.
An earring. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. But like right now we're in the farm, and he's like only a few steps away. Well, then why don't I go speak to him or and simply ask him if he wants to join me?
Eh, it's up to you. It's more for show, if anything.
No, I mean I get it, but it's like I would get it if I was in the middle of the forest or so, and would call him there. But I mean, right now he's like 5 steps from me, so why don't I go there and talk to him? It only makes sense, I guess. Uh,
He's a
yeah,
very
well,
special man, this Vic.
yeah, I've noticed. So yeah, I'm heading over to Vic and I'm like telling him, greetings, my Turalim friend.
Vic
Um,
smashes the table. Hey, what's up? How it going, brother?
how would you like to earn some gold on the side?
Gold? Bleh. I got 10% of this farm in my pocket. I also got a few other businesses on the side. I don't need no money. That's not gonna impress Kane, brother. Only real might's gonna impress him. You see him squish a bottle with his bare hands, smashing the glass.
And how about you test your strength? Put that strength to the test. You know, push your limits, expand your abilities.
He starts flexing his biceps at you. You don't know if it's like Morse code or something he's trying to do.
Okay.
With muscles like these, brother, I'll do anything to show it off.
How about we saw some puny humans? Who's the boss around here?
Roll a perception check for me.
Yeah, sure.
Your perception is 6. That's a +1 mod, so
Sorry, that was the D8. Okay, 3.
2d6. 2d6, not 1d6. So just
Yeah,
one
sorry,
more.
sorry. Yep.
All right, beautiful. You
So,
passed. Yeah, 8. Looking at him as you say that, you notice that he's got kind of like a scar around his neck. It looks like some sort of collar that he may have worn at one point or time. Probably human made, judging by how there's spikes at random intervals jutting inside his skin. As you say these words about humans nearby being need to shown their utter inferiority, Vic looks a little eager. Oh, yeah. Let's do it, brother. You see him ripping off his shirt for no reason. Let's go on.
yeah, sure. I'll lead the way, if that's fine with you. Okay, so I guess I'm taking him over. Sorry. To where the humans are? So I guess we're slowly approaching the humans.
Yeah, about here. 3 tile range,
Okay,
roughly.
like
But
here.
yeah, just staying right there.
Okay. I approach the humans cautiously with Vic. They seem to have set a nice little camp over there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Um, do you
I
plan
guess
on
before
talking to them or no?
I plan on talking to them because okay, perhaps there is a way we can resolve this without resorting to violence, although I doubt it.
So, okay. As you start to approach their camp, they levy their spears at you, and one of them, who seems to be the spokesman, stay back, bloodsucker.
Are you the one in charge?
The only ones in charge are your kind, and we're here to stop that. Stay away.
You and your puny spears are going to go against us and our vampire magic?
Roll a 2d6. All right,
Like
you
5.
fail. Yeah, it's a -1 charisma due to them hating vampires.
Yeah, I get it.
That's right. Your vampire magic's no good against human might. Get 'em, boys. You see Vic start to show off his muscles again. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Combat begins. You have the highest
Uh,
perception, so you go first.
Great. A very important question is there some kind of vampire magic that can like cause an area of effect over there and like hit like two of them?
Blast.
It's like it's that's not that orb that I shoot, right?
Blast is a AoE spell.
Great. So
10
it's like
runes. It does pure intelligence, pure magic, plus items for damage.
so what can I use right now?
So, looking at your stats, well, I mean, as a vampire, you can always cast, even if you don't meet the requirements. So you must have 6 magic skill and 7 intelligence. You have 6 intelligence and 3 magic skill. So you just need to roll 7 or higher to cast. If you fail, you can still cast a spell, but you take 5 damage to yourself.
That's fine.
And crit fail of 2 results in you exploding, dealing 10 damage to yourself. That
Okay.
ignores armor.
Okay,
But that's
that's a
only if
risk.
you roll a 2.
That's a risk I'm willing to take. Um, do I need to move a bit to the left because I see there's a tree between us?
No.
Okay.
Because for this, I mean, if you're casting through here, I'll accept it.
Yep. I'll
The
try to
only
hit
thing
that.
is that.
Try to hit that guy and that guy at least.
Hold on a second. Let me look here. Blast is how big of a.
I need to check that too.
I forgot to write it down, but yeah, it is at least 3. 3
So it's like I
radius.
can. So it's like I can get 3 of them.
It does.
Okay, so it's like all those 3 guys, I guess. All right. Or am I mistaken?
I can't believe I forgot to add that to when. Thank God we're doing this. Okay. So
Yeah,
3 tile
not
radius. That's gonna hit everybody. Are you holding your staff or are you holding your sword? I remember you had both.
um.
If I recall correctly, you were using your energy staff, your lightning
Yeah, I
iron
mean,
staff.
like when I was casting magic, yeah.
Okay, cool.
If if it gives me a bonus or something, I guess it makes
It
sense. Or
does, yes. So roll 2d6.
cool. Right away.
7.
It's like
That's exactly what
okay.
you need to pass. That's gonna cost you 10 runes. So blast, roll 7 or higher. You did. So it's intelligence plus magic plus items. So you have an intelligence of 6.
6.
6 plus 3 plus 1 equaling 10 damage. So you just did 10 damage to everything. Congrats.
Great, that was a good hit, I think.
Yes. So we got -3. I'm just reading their armor real quick so I make sure that I'm
Yeah, no worries.
With that, you've heard just about everybody, and that's the end of your turn. Vic is next.
Okay.
And he takes a mighty step forward. Drunk as hell. Beautiful. Doesn't do anything.
How
Alright, human's
can he be
turn.
drunk, man? I mean, like, it's like he's a vampire. He's drinking blood. How can he be drunk? That's what I don't get.
He defies
Uh,
reality.
yeah, he's like the orcs, and there are like reality bending abilities. Ah, shit, they're ganging up on us. Come on, Vic, do something.
Okay, so let's see the human rules. Thankfully, I have the human rules out. So we got 7 strength, 7 proficiency. For humans, is that good or is that bad? Let's see. Okay, so that's a 0 mod. Beautiful. And 0, 7 is a pass, 6 is not. And because they're vampire hunters, they get to reroll failed against vampires. Beautiful. And he failed anyways. Okay. So one of them hits Vic for a total of 7 damage. Alrighty, that's the end of their turn. Your guys' turn begins. You regenerate 1 rune.
Okay.
For this purpose, are you going to be killing them or are you going to be knocking them unconscious?
I'm gonna be knocking them unconscious. I mean, like, I don't want to damage the goods, you know?
Okay, good. Okay, just making sure. Just a reminder, switching weapons from Iron Staff to your Iron Dagger is going to cost a turn.
Yeah, I get it. I'm gonna switch to my dagger.
Alrighty. So that's the end of your turn. Vic is going to start pummeling. Let's see if he does. 6. Beautiful. This guy's unconscious. And that's the end of his turn. Now let's see what the humans do. This guy's going to strike. He fails. Now he finally hits. Beautiful. That's 7 damage. How much armor do you have? Your armor count is 3. Beautiful. So it's going to reduce it by 1. Do you want to roll perception, see if you can reduce it again?
Sure.
Kind of one of the things I like about my system is that mathematically it's easy and fast, so we can get combat done like really, really quickly.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
It just gets mucky when you have humans involved, because humans have their own rules. So 2d6 for perception to see if you can reduce the damage done.
Yep. Right away. It's an
Beautiful.
8.
Oh, you're using the character sheet, that's why. Okay. So he tries to hit you with his spear. That would have done 7 damage, but because of your armor and then because you saw it coming, you were able to evade it, reducing it down to just 5 damage. Now the other humans are going to come over. Let's see what their movement is. Since they're using spears, they are in range. So let's see. Okay, so that's 3 hits on Vic, 7 damage each. So 3 times 7. Let me whip out the calculator here. Because Vic's not wearing armor.
He doesn't even need it for one.
There we go, 21 damage. Alright, your guys' turn. You regenerate 1 rune. You're at 4. You have your Iron Dagger now. I don't know if you've ever explored the technique page, but it's probably not too useful for you right now.
Sorry? What? I didn't get that.
I said, so it's your turn right now. You have your Iron Dagger. I don't know if you've explored your technique page, but it's probably not too useful for you right now, just due to your lower level.
Yeah, I've taken a look at it.
Techniques are usually more for strength warriors than they are for perception warriors.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because I'm a Zephonim, it's like I don't have much use for strength like others. Um, I guess I will try to stab uh the boss guy here in front of me.
Alrighty. You have a +2
Oh,
modifier, so roll 2d6.
yeah,
Boom,
it's like
8. That works.
10. Okay, with a okay, yeah.
Vic rolls the dice to move, even though he doesn't really have to. He just gets in the fight. And let's see. Boom. He hits a guy.
Well,
He comes in and just smashes his fist into a kid's head. Urgh, he says. The humans seem to tremble. Let's see what the humans do. That is not what I wanted, but whatever. So 10, yes, the human does hit Vic. The other human, what does he do? 8, that does hit Vic. Oh my god.
so don't surrender.
The humans don't seem willing to surrender. It is your turn.
Hmm.
Roll 1d6 for movement, and just as a reminder, with daggers and cunning attacks, you do +2 damage if you're striking from behind the target.
Well, so I'll roll first for movement. Okay,
Beautiful.
but like, so I guess I'll get here and try to hit the guy here. Yeah, exactly, between me and Vic. I cannot ping for some reason. I don't know what to do. Okay, yeah.
That's
Now I
fine.
can ping. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, so I'll try to stab that guy. So it's like 7.
Beautiful. It goes through.
Perfect.
Vic looks over at the man, blood dripping out of his mouth. Oh, this is gonna be good, brother. Uppercuts the man so hard it practically breaks his jaw in half, but he's knocked out.
There's like nothing will be left standing.
Vix just seems to twist and turn and exercise his shoulder a bit. Oh, that was good, brother. Let me just rest on this tree here. You see him take a sip out of some sort of weird shaped bottle, and he kind of just passes out. You don't know what the fuck just happened to him.
As I was going to congratulate him for a job well done, you know.
Yeah, he's knocked out for some reason.
Is he still alive?
He's alive. but
Or undead for that matter?
for some reason, he
Okay.
knocked himself out. Who knows why?
Okay. Well,
He's not exactly
great. So
the smartest guy.
I guess I'll head over to the guards over there and persuade them to bring the kain back, yeah, exactly, into the farm.
As you approach the
So
human slaves in town, many of the vampires perk up. They look hungry. But you know that there's only one person in this place who buys and sells these slaves.
yeah, so I'm heading over to Commander Lyra.
The map is so big, it's kind of hard for me to keep, like,
No
zooming.
problem. It's okay.
As you
No
come to
biggie.
Alira's tents, you see her looking at her data and profit margins. She seems to be rather happy and pleased with what she's looking at, and you see a projection going up. She looks at you. Ah, my young fledgling. To what do I owe the pleasure this time? Have you come with more profit?
Well, I've come with more. Well, actually, I think I've managed to provide us with a. Uh, hmm, well, actually, I brought some more goods.
Ah, quite the assets indeed. She looks at them. The human boss
I think
spits at
I
her.
think not only we can profit from them, but I think it's going to also help our brothers from succumbing to hunger.
One of the human guys, the human boss, you see, spits at her. She just wipes it away with no effort at all.
This will probably boost morale in order to further get down to the root of this mutant problem.
She looks over her data sheets and looks at the human conditions. Yes, this will do nicely. Thank you. Here you go. She drops by some gold for you.
Always, it's always an honor to serve the clan. Great. So
So as you
this is
bring
good.
her over, you get 100 gold.
Great.
So
Largon
now,
is pleased with material gains, but he's more interested in rising up the ranks in the clan. He literally cannot wait to become an elder. So
yeah.
yeah.
As you do that, though, you kind of hear screaming, and as you look back, you see that she put her hands on the guy who spit at her, the boss. And you see her pulling out his eyeball really slowly. You see that she digs in through the sides of his eye with her nails. And as she grabs his eyeball, she just looks at him as she slightly squeezes it, putting more pressure. And then finally pulls it out slowly, severing the cord that connects it to his brainstem. She looks at the eyeball, admires it, and then you see she plops it in her mouth like an olive.
Yeah, okay. I mean, her keen sense of economics is admirable, but her mental status leaves much to be desired. But okay,
So
I guess
congratulations.
isolation, I guess isolation and um, permanent like mutant raids tend to do that to the psyche.
Well,
Yeah, I kind of tried to pretend I didn't see that because I mean, okay, I get the hunger, but yeah, that doesn't look really stable.
yeah, she's a bit interesting. But she's your
Yeah,
sponsor. She's the one who will vouch for you in the clan.
yeah, I know. That's why I tried to ignore it. Means to an end and all.
So you have 10 out of 15 HP. You have 221 gold.
Great, things are looking up.
You have one blood vial, which I would not recommend using. And since you beat those, how many humans was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10 XP you get, so that levels you up.
Oh, perfect.
So now
Wait,
you are level 4.
level 4. I need to level.
So now at level 4, that means you get a stat point and a skill point.
Wait, I need to. Sorry. Need to. Where's my? Wait, just give me a second. I need to see where I can put my and on my points. So you said a stat point and there
And a skill point.
skill point. Yeah. Well, Stat point. Okay, I guess if I had to add, well, I would add then I would add a stat point to charisma, I guess. Make it 6.
So 6 perception, 6 intelligence, 6 charisma. Is that what you're trying to go for?
Yeah, I just want to add a bit of more charisma in order to improve my diplomacy checks, I guess. So
Doing this will allow you a little bit more access to blood magic and also allow you a little bit more battle shouts.
yeah, sure. Then I'm going for it.
All right. Skills.
Kills. I have 6 cunning, magic of 3.
If you put magic to 4, that will give you a 0 modifier. Magic of 7, cunning of 7 does nothing.
Yeah, I'm thinking if I should add it to magic or to melee. I think I don't know because I'm using my dagger a lot as well. Screw it. I'll add it to magic. So magic 4, I guess, right?
Yep.
Good.
So magic of 4, that's going to put you at 0 mod. Just to kind of go over it with you, just so you understand what new abilities you can pretty much cast now. So with a magic of 4, that's going to give you access to a little bit more with energy magic. But the big thing is that now with a charisma of 6, you can cast Bring Me a Drink, which allows dead bodies to flow blood into your mouth.
Is that thingy the blood omen thingy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was pretty cool actually. Yeah, I remember it. I've read it in the Vampire Codex. Good, that's pretty cool.
And just to be sure you understand, when you hit level 6, you'll get another stat point. If you put it into charisma again and get a 7 in charisma, you could
So right now
cast.
I'm level 4, right?
Yes.
Level 4, yeah.
Yes. You
Okay.
could cast Embolic Strike, which is 14 runes to cast, which obviously don't have the rune cost. But if you did cast Embolic Strike, you literally cause your opponent to have a stroke.
Yeah, I remember that. That's great.
Yeah. So there's a few
Well,
things that you just gained access to, battle shout wise as well. You got a lot more going on there. Um, the biggest issue I would say is just that your low intelligence being 6 means that you don't have a lot of runes to work with. But as a Zephanim, you can cast Mind Magic super easily, ridiculously easily, because it's -2 rune cost and -1 to requirements. So you meet the requirements for just about all of it. It's just the other magic types is more of a difficult hassle for you. At level 4, you can also choose a class. The only issue is that I don't think you meet the requirements for any of them. You almost meet the requirement for Sentinel, which is a healer class.
I was more interesting in an assassin class thingy if there is something of the sort. I need to read them again.
There's two. There's duelist and there's an assassin class. The duelist is called a deceiver, and then the lurker, which is a funnier one.
Lurker. Sounds cool.
Yeah. Lurker, you have to, in order to do it, you must have critically failed that resulted in a disaster, and somehow you live the tale.
Mm.
But as a lurker, what you do is you get arachnid reflexes or aquaphile trait, one or the other. Aquaphile allows you to swim, but it also means you take reduced damage from water. So you're not completely immune, but you do take a little bit less. Arachnid reflexes means you can climb walls, climb ceilings, shit like that. And then you get an ability called Bat Bolas, which allow you to stun and root targets.
Okay.
Lurker requires you to have 7 in a single stat and 4 in any skill. You obviously meet the requirements very easily. Duelist is a little bit different. So, Duelist, you require Perception 6 and Cunning 6, which you meet. And you could go this right now. But the only issue is that you haven't betrayed or manipulated or deceived 3 people. You've done it once. You've not done it 3 times.
Okay.
Sentinel, you meet the requirements of because you have 6 magic. 6 intelligence, 4 magic. But you brought back 2 vampires to life, not 4. So.
Well, I guess I'm gonna pick a class then.
You can go classless. It's totally fine. And this is the reason why, is because classes are more of a boost, but they're not required.
Can I pick a class later on then, like on level 5 or 6?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, then I guess that's better.
The last time I played this game as a player, one of the things that happened to me was I met the requirements for some of them. I just didn't meet the goals of some of the classes, and I was literally max level with no classes for the longest time. And once I finally unlocked the ability to have a class, I also got my advanced class at the same time, because the advanced class usually doesn't require much. So I ended up getting both classes at the same time, and I was already max level for a very, very long time. So you can have situations like that. It's not required. It's not mandatory. You could do a classless run for all I give a shit. That's fine with me too.
I'm actually interested in getting a class later on down the road, but yeah, I think I'm.
When I designed this game, the goal was for classes to feel like an achievement rather than a necessity.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good, but yeah, I think I would get it down the road, provided we reach a further level. Um, yeah, I think I'll go classless for a bit.
Yeah, I'm not joking either. I was playing as a sorcerer who like specialized in summoning the undead. In the whole campaign, I was trying to become a summoner, but to become a summoner, you have to like die a certain amount of times. And I just wouldn't die because I was so good at like positioning myself and so good at casting spells. I was like, fuck, I'm never gonna die. I'm never gonna be a summoner. And then finally I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have my other character like push my fucking heart out of my chest 3 times, and then that'll get me it. Yeah. Fun times. So you have 10
Real
out of
fun
15
time.
HP with the 221 gold. You know the alchemist could heal you to full for 15.
Okay.
Did you want to head south and try to deal with the mutants?
Well, actually, I was thinking that yeah, I was actually thinking that it might be better to head south and try to explore where the mutants are coming from.
Okay.
So is that like a dead forest?
Yeah, every tree lacks leaves. People don't even know what leaves are by this point because it's been so many years where everything's just decaying and rotting.
Everything sucks. Sure, then yeah, I'm trying to head over there and see where the hell these things are coming from. It's like geographically wise, where are we in Nosgoth? Is it like somewhere near the south or so, near the coast, or?
I remember you asked me this when we first started this, and I can't remember the answer. I told you.
That's, no biggie, no worries. Yeah, no, that was more flavor stuff. Like
Yeah,
it's.
these are just one-shot campaigns I designed. They weren't really intended to be like.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
It's fine. Uh,
the fact
okay.
that both of you guys are taking so long is mostly a testament to how hard the game is because you guys have to play it a little bit more careful.
These the monitors are like huge. What the hell is the deal with them? It's like they look like Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, because you hit level 4, they kind of increase as well.
Yeah,
Are you spending your gold to heal?
yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna put you by the alchemist.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going over to him, and I'm like, okay,
And there we
well,
go. That's gonna put you to 206 gold. Just a reminder, you could buy potions and stuff and steal equipment from the merchant nearby, the Rahabim.
steal. Why would I steal? Uh,
No, buy steal equipment.
oh, okay. I just thought I would steal the equipment, and I'm like, okay, that sounds interesting. Um, I'm just wondering if steal equipment wanna give me like a penalty to movement?
No.
Okay.
If you're thinking about penalty and movement stuff, you're probably thinking battles of Nosgoth. That's a totally separate system. And I'm still fine tuning that. I'm still working it out, so don't worry about that. Basically, they're both going to be similar in concept to how they work, but they're going to have totally different rules, so don't even try to like worry about that.
Okay. Then I
So
guess
when it comes to steel armor pieces are 15 gold per piece. They provide you 2 armor per piece. And then steel weapons is 2 damage per piece, which is 20 gold. So you could, with how much money you have, probably buy like a full suit if you wanted to. But if you do, then you lose your resistance to environmental things with your leather armor.
okay. Then I guess
Full steel will give you 10 armor in total, which means 5 damage reduction.
isn't that though like hell expensive?
Um, Dark Renaissance steel is like 100 and something per piece, so I'm not sure. Yeah, 100 per piece.
Yeah, it's like I have 200 right now, or is it less right now? Wait.
You have 206 right now. The merchant unfortunately doesn't have Dark Renaissance steel in his inventory.
Okay. So he has meteor steel or like what?
There's no worry about qualities in this game. Um,
Okay.
if it was one of my personal campaigns, then yes, that would absolutely be a thing. But in the campaign one shots, I'm trying to keep it like as vanilla as possible.
Yeah, sure. Then, well, I guess I get the full steel chest piece.
Okay, that's 15.
Yes. Okay. Chest piece. Then.
Because it would cost you 75 gold total to get a full full steel armor set.
Yeah, then I'll get it.
All right, 75. All right, so 206.
Like I have 130 gold or so,
Yeah,
or even
131. Yes. Pretty impressive.
31.
Do you want to sell your leather back to him? He'll buy it for 1 gold each, which will give you like 5 gold back. But
Yeah, sure. I'll pay. I'll sell it. I have no further need for it.
the only benefit with leather is that it scales with your perception when you wear full leather, but that's only if you're going like pure perception build. Could it possibly equivalent to steel?
That's cool. I'm selling it back.
Yeah. So that puts you at 136.
Great.
And now your armor is 10. So that's going to give you 5 damage protection. Beautiful.
Like the total armor count is 10?
Yes.
Okay. What am I missing right now? There was something. Ah, crap. I don't know.
You could buy a steel dagger for 20, or you could try buying an enchanted dagger for 40.
I'll go for the enchanted dagger. Need to be well equipped.
Alrighty. The Rahabim
So
looks at you and goes, Oi, you want a enchanted dagger, huh? Okay, I got you. I got you. You see him start shuffling through his bag, shuffling through it. Huzzah! Behold! He shows you an iron dagger. I mean, not iron, steel. My bad. Jesus Christ. Steel. I was thinking, I don't know, in my head I was thinking steel is made from iron, so I just said iron. I don't know why, but that's not what I meant.
No problem, no problem, no worries.
Steel dagger enchanted. Steel dagger gives you +1 to perception.
Wait. Pretty good.
So now that means that you're going to have in your perception slot where it says additives, you're going to put a +1 there. So it still says 6 for your unmodified stat of perception, but
+1?
yeah. So that means that you have 7 perception total. That's nice.
Okay. Still pretty good. Yeah. Good.
And do you want to sell
Yeah.
your iron dagger back for 5 gold?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Cool.
Okay.
All right, so that puts you at 101. And you have a iron staff of energy. You could sell that and buy a different staff. That's steel.
I think I'm good right now.
Okay. And lastly, with that, you also have your hemomancy book, which means that you can buy a blood vial for 50 gold, or you could buy 2 small blood vials for 50 gold each. I mean, 100 gold for a blood vial, 50 gold for the small blood vials. Probably want to save up, right? I will say I'm kind of glad how the economy worked out in this game. It makes it where gold is very hard to come by, but very, very fucking expensive.
Or yeah, I'm just thinking. I think I'll get a. What was the difference of the small blood vials and the regular ones?
So 1 blood vial heals you for half of your HP. So in this case, if you have 20 HP, it would heal you for 10. Small blood vial heals you for a quarter of your HP. So if you
And
have
how
10
much?
HP, that would be like 2 HP you're healing from it.
I'll get a regular blood vial.
All right, so it's gonna put you at 2 blood vials, and that's gonna leave you with 1 single gold remaining. Wow. Don't
Okay.
forget, the alchemist is willing to sell you a blood potion for 15 gold if you bring him 3 green vials of blood.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten about that. I think I brought everything to him last time, didn't I?
Yes, you did, but you have 2 green vials left because remember he said he only takes the complete batch.
Yeah, sure. I'll get him the other 2 vials.
So besides that, there you go. It's pretty much all your gold.
Yeah. I
Funny enough,
think it was a good.
you're better equipped than Fuddy is.
I
He's
think it was a good investment.
yes. All right, I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, sure. Mhm.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back. No, no worries.
Alright. So, down south, you see a mucusy trail that leads to the dark forest. On top of the hill, you see two Lemonagers that are rather girthy in size.
Hmm. The question is, could I avoid them? I guess not, right?
Not really, no.
Yeah, I thought about it. Um. Okay. What happened to Vic in the meantime? Is he still out there, like sleeping against a tree or like
That seems to
whatever he
be what he's
does?
doing, yes.
Oh, great. Uh,
No one really knows what exactly he's doing, but he's just snoozing.
because if I go alone against the two monitors, I think it's gonna be like suicide.
Oh, there's Fuddy. Yay. So you're not alone.
Just in time.
Perfect timing. He's muted for some reason.
Yeah, I noticed.
He's probably going to be like, I live.
Because it'd be good if I don't rush the monitors alone.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why my alarm didn't go off.
Oh, that's fine. I called you repeatedly.
Yeah, see that?
It was actually good nostalgia for me. I was like, these are the good old Skype days where I would just spam call my friends.
Yes, indeed. Jesus Christ, there's so many calls.
Well, welcome back.
I
Yes,
remember
I'm back.
my friend would once send like a like coded message or some shit as a text message, and when he would do that, he would only send it once, but it would send your phone like 200 fucking messages of the exact same shit. It was so annoying.
Jesus.
Yeah, I would literally just like turn my phone
He would
off, turn
force
it back
bomb your
on.
phone.
Yeah. So right now, you and Dark November are about to assault the Dark Forest and go into it, plunging into its sacred depths to find out the source of this incursion.
Oh, I do love plunging depths.
Vic right now is sleeping against a tree for some reason. No one really knows why or how he's getting drunk, but he is. We don't question it.
Stuff happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vic does whatever the hell he wants.
Fuddy, are you logged in? Do you see it?
I am currently waging epic battle with the login screen to get myself logged in. It doesn't want to accept my password, and I haven't changed the damn thing, so it better fucking cooperate, or else we're gonna have stern words. There we go.
Yeah, make Roll20 into your internet kitten. That's for sure.
Kiss this, Roll20.
There we go. He's in.
Okay.
Hey.
Yes, indeed. I have arrived. All right.
So one of you is level 4, which kind of buffs the monsters, and one of you is level 3. Down to the south is two Lemonagers that are kind of beefy, sitting on top of the hill. Fuddy, you shapeshifting to a werewolf before the fight begins, or are you doing it after?
Absolutely. I will happily shapeshift into a big beefy werewolf.
Fuddy unlocked the wolf form from an enchanted helmet he has.
Hell yeah.
All right, so for combat to begin, both of you would have to be outside the walls.
Let's see.
Okay. Well, I guess. Okay. So, well, I guess we need to face these two huge ass limonagers.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Um, and I
Do
guess
you
it's
need to grab any items before we face them?
Oh yeah, he spent like 200 gold.
Like,
Trust me.
are you
basically,
all set on your kit?
basically,
Okay.
I've
Very cool.
basically bought the entire store. But yeah,
Nice. Nice. Alrighty.
okay. So
Yeah, I'm as ready to rip and tear as anyone.
wait, and so I guess we head out to towards the source of the problem.
South, Fuddy.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So combat will begin. Um, I'm just putting you down by the gate.
Alrighty. I'll be right back. I gotta go let my dog outside.
Now the question is, which one of you has higher perception? I believe you're both equal. Okay. So I'm gonna roll 1d6. You roll the other 1d6, Dark November. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Roll 1d6.
Okay.
Okay. Now we gotta re-roll it again because we're tied. Beautiful. All right. So you go first. Fuddy will go second, and then the Lemonagers go afterwards. So it's your turn. You
Great.
have a lot of interesting tools at your disposal because you went kind of interesting with
Overboard.
your build. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. First of all, I guess I'll try to hit him with a blast
All
in
right.
order to catch both of them in the area of effect.
Sure. So roll 2d6. And do you have your staff out or is it your dagger?
I have my staff out.
Okay.
So
Wow.
it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. It's going to put you down to 2 runes.
So
Cost 10. So you
I'm
have
gonna do
6 plus 4. Yeah.
yeah, I like that.
6 plus 4 plus 1. So you're doing 11 damage to each of these. And the Lemonagers have how much armor again?
Oh, hell yeah.
Uh,
Lemonager has minus 1 damage. So you're doing 10.
Oh my good.
Alrighty. Fuddy, it's your turn. Fuddy.
I'm here. Yes.
So don't forget, Fuddy, in wolf form, you have
Mhm.
these special magic boots called Feet of Primal Magic, which allows you to cast energy magic for free.
Nice, nice.
But
All
also,
right.
don't forget to roll for movement.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll for movement first.
All right, so it's going to be 7.
I'm gonna get all up in that business.
So because Fuddy is in wolf form, he gets +3 extra movement. So that's why wolves are kind of scary, is because they can close the gap really, really fast. It's more like here, but I'll allow it. All right.
Oh, not bad. All right.
So you can cast magic if you want because of your legendary boots that you have on.
I am definitely not going to attempt blast because my luck, I would annihilate myself immediately. So instead, I think I'll just start off with a nice, safe energy bolt.
You have 3 magic. Okay. And how much is your intelligence? 4. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see how this goes.
So you don't meet the requirements because you have 4 intelligence. Oh my god. So because you don't meet the requirements, you're gonna do reduced damage, which is great. You would need a 7 or higher to cast it, and you fail. Beautiful.
Yeah. Amazing.
All right. So all you do is fail. Cool. All right, Lamoniger's turn. Let's see. They're level 4. Okay.
I'll get her ass kicked, I guess.
One of the Lamonigers starts to gurgle, and you see his throat swell up and get bigger and bigger like a frog's. All of a sudden, he just spits on his ally and heals him. And then you see his ally do the same thing to him.
That piece of shit.
All right, it's your guys' turn. So it's your turn first, Dark November, after you just witnessed them gurgling onto each other.
Yep. Well, I'm just thinking what I should do. How many runes do I have left? Like 3?
3.
What can I do with 3 runes? Like,
Funny enough, in your case, I think Mind Magic. Let's see what you got. So
yeah, I need to
you
take a
got
look.
Traumatize, that's one you can do. Let's see.
Can I just use the?
Energy Bolt's always a possibility because it's 2 rune cost.
Yeah, I think I'll use an energy bolt to against the first Lemoniger. I cannot ping. I don't know why I
That
cannot
one?
ping. Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy.
All right, cool. So roll 2d6.
Right away.
You just need a 4 or higher.
Yep.
Beautiful. That hits. So you have 6 plus 2. All right, so 3 plus 2 plus 1. So that's going to be 6 damage. Awesome. And that's going to put you down to 1 rune. In case you kind of noticed, Energy Bolt's one of those like recyclable spells that every vampire wizard could rely upon, where you can just keep spamming it because you regenerate 1 rune a turn, so it's pretty efficient. All right,
It's
Fuddy, your
super
turn.
handy. All right. Let's get in there.
Oh
These
yeah.
guys are not gonna go down easy. Maybe I'll need to get close. Yeah. Maybe it'll be a good idea in my next turn to move in order to protect Ozzy as well, because I think right now, if Ozzy goes down there, the manager will probably attack. Both of them are gonna attack him, so guess I'll need to
Alright.
get closer.
Fuddy, you are now behind one of the fat, grotesque beasts.
Yeah. Only problem is I have a debuff to cunning attacks, so I think I'm just gonna go for a straight melee.
Alrighty. 6.
And
Does that go through?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah, you have a, let's see, -2 plus 1, so you're rolling off of a -1 modifier, you fail. The Monagers go. 9, that's 1.
I'm off to a great start.
7, that's another. Alright, the Monagers start to pretty much turn Fuddy into a pincushion. Deal you no damage. So that's going to be 9 damage each. And how much armor is it that you're wearing? 6. Okay. So you're going to take 6 damage twice, which will reduce you by 12 HP. Do you want to roll perception to try to resist or dodge?
Absolutely.
Alright.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That barely passes because you have a 7 in perception. So it's going to reduce it by 1. Congratulations, you took 11 damage.
Ugh.
Alright, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for movement.
Beautiful. 2.
Ah, crap. Yeah, get there.
So eventually. If you
Right now-
land another energy bolt, you would kill the first one.
Yeah, I'll try to use bolt once more.
10. Beautiful. Hold on a minute.
Hmm.
10 to 12 results in a boost in damage +4 and cast a second bolt for free for half. Awesome. So that means that you kill this one. And you
Perfect.
do another 5 damage
Nice.
to the other one.
Great. So that was perfect.
Alright, Fuddy, your turn.
All right. Let's see if I can give him a good smack this time.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So you do 7 damage, -1, so you do 6. You glide your claws along his belly. His insides come pouring out, burbling out as the air hits his internal organs. And he is dead.
Woohoo.
Alright, the path before you is clear. You guys can go forward. Killing 2 enemies gives you 4 XP.
Dude.
If you want to loot their blood, they have 2 green vials of blood you guys can siphon from them. Gotta pass intelligence checks to pick it up.
I'm gonna avoid that. I'll shift back into human form and just wait for Largon to get over to me, I guess.
Are you gonna go to the alchemist and spend the 10 gold to heal, or?
Yep.
Okay. So you could just stay there. So I'll put you at max, and then that's going to cost you 10 gold. So you went from 53 to 43. Alright, Largon, do you want to roll intelligence check twice for me so you can see if you can siphon the blood?
Excuse me.
That's right. Mhm. Okay. So, can I gather the vials of green blood from these guys?
Yeah, you just
We
have
need?
to roll 2 intelligence checks.
Okay.
That
Just
goes through
okay.
9, yeah.
Okay. Then a second one.
4, that fails. Okay, so you have 3 green vials of blood instead of 4.
How much I've already given to the guy?
Well, he wants the completed set, which is 3 for 1. So you got 3, so now you can turn them in for 1.
Great. I do that then.
You don't have any gold though, so he probably won't sell it to you. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Unless Fuddy wants to.
You need some gold, cousin.
Well, actually, as a token of good faith, you can have those 3 vials. I think you're gonna need to stock up on healing supplies as well, dear brother. We have a
Fair enough.
we have a hard road ahead. We need to get to the root of this mutant problem.
So Fuddy, do you want to turn in the 3 mutant blood vials for 15 gold and get 1 blood vial in exchange?
For sure. Absolutely.
Okay. So that's gonna put you at 8 blood vials.
Sorry. Excuse me.
I don't know if
No problem.
you knew that, Largon, but Fuddy's kind of a pack mule for blood vials at the moment.
What is he packing?
8 blood vials.
Great. Well, yeah, I know, but on the other hand, I had no gold at all to buy the vials, so yeah. So I think it was.
That's okay. How many do you have on your person? I'll give Largon 4 vials of blood.
I think I have. I think I have like 2 regular blood vials on me, so I think that's pretty good.
Okay. Excuse me.
For the time being, it should suffice.
Alrighty. Sounds good.
Alrighty. So, walking through the desolate wasteland, you find yourself coming into a darker, foul-odoring soil. The very grass itself lays dead here, as a single blade of grass is lumpy and riddled with pustules in the most unnatural fashion. Indeed, most of what you see defies the natural order of things. An occasional deer with 6 eyes and its tail replaced with an upside-down leg. A tree that oozes pus out of its oak with bubbling, crying faces scarring its trunk. You come across a small river. How do you deal with its contents? Water is like acid to a vampire. Its slightest touch can cause even the strongest vampires to melt away.
Cousin, that grass has a pimple. Uh, I believe this place has a problem. A serious problem.
It is like an understatement.
So currently you're blocked by a river.
Yeah.
You can try to cross it, but you'll take 18 damage total, which would probably kill both of you.
Jesus. Um, can I do a perception check to clear out some of the fog of war?
You're not in the map area. You're just kind of like loading because you have this obstacle
Oh,
before
okay,
you.
cool.
I just have it loaded up so that way I'm ready for whenever you guys are ready.
So
Can
like
I
the
perception check? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. What is the obstacle?
There's a river standing before you, and it's somewhat small
Yeah.
river, but you know that you have to cross it.
Can I perception check for any
Can we jump across, or is it
areas in
like
the terrain that like an overhang or somewhere where the river is thinner to raise our chances of a successful crossing?
You could try. Roll perception for me.
Cool. Alrighty.
Amazing. You don't see anything.
I can try though. I could try.
For sure. Hell yeah.
Man, what
6. So you have a +1. So that means that you barely passed.
good.
As you start to look around, you think to yourself, there's got to be something. So you start looking through the bushes and the shrubbery. And as Fuddy trips and falls on a bush, you kind of look a little bit and you see that there's actually a fairy and it's kind of hidden. And as you look at it, you see that it's rather poorly made, but it can work to get you across the river.
As long as it doesn't sink with us in it.
You can do an intelligence check or a perception check on the fairy itself.
Yep, we'll definitely do an intelligence check because I think that's my better stat.
Crit. Awesome. Looking at it, you see that it's got slime residue still on it. And this kind of comes as a startling horror to you and Fuddy as you both realize that this was made by the mutants. The mutants have been using the fairy, and then they've been smart enough to actually hide it, so that way the vampires don't realize what's been happening. As you look around, you see that there's actually more fairies hidden inside other tree trunks and other areas.
Apparently, this mutant filth is not as mindless as we thought it were. They seem to be evolving.
Clever humans are disgusting enough. Now we have clever mutants.
We need to purge this place.
Agreed.
Using the ferry, you guys were able to cross with no incident.
Perfect.
But as you approach the mutant's lair, you see that all the trees are just gone. And you see that there once used to be a massive tree with a massive stump, and it seems to have been cleared down. This would explain how the mutants have had enough wood to make their arrows and bows. Indeed, the entire area has been deforested. These fiends, barely sentient, have prepared for war. Off to the distance, you know a large fire of some sort, but the path of the slithering continues onwards. The fire in the distance is roughly that direction. So now you guys are on the map.
Okay.
I was just thinking of what should we do.
Is it cool if I try to clear some fog of war with a perception check?
Yes.
Awesome.
Alright, Fuddy somehow who can't peer through a bush can somehow peer through everything else. Gazing around, he looks through the area, and he sees that there is in fact a giant bonfire.
Crap.
Oh, Jesus.
Gazing out at the bonfire, you see that there is a bunch of mutants dancing blubberously. They seem to be preparing for a ritual to their false gods. Among them, they have a few human captives, and at the center of the bonfire is a charred corpse of a vampire. You can barely make it out, but you can see fangs on its skull.
Ugh. They kill our men and steal our food. Disgusting.
This is another chance to prove our worth, dear brother. Remember back at the hospice? Our plan allowed us
Agreed.
to climb up the ranks. Now this could be the next step. If we pull this off, we could clearly advance the ranks and maybe even make it to the elders.
Ooh, a
Yeah.
nice cushy job for the rest of our days.
Why think small when only the sky is the limit?
I like the way you think, cousin.
Yes.
Let's wage some epic and bloody battle and secure our place at the top.
We should purge this scum without damaging the goods, though. We need to take the kain and move them safely back to the farm. This will provide us with a much-needed blood source and also solve this mutant problem. I'm still concerned, though, how did these mutants come to be here? I mean, there must be something generating them.
Yeah,
Do I,
like a
do I
big
see any?
mutant hole in the ground.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
thing.
sorry.
That's the thing. I mean, do we notice something that could be considered the source of this mutation?
You know,
Like,
there's a cave to the south from one of your sessions.
hmm,
Mm.
It's up to you whether or not you want to engage with the bonfire. You could just ignore and go straight to the cave, but it's up to you. Where the rocks are, that's roughly where the cave is.
what do you think, dear brother? What should we do?
I have an idea, but Ozzy isn't smart enough to come up with something like that, so I can't say anything.
Why would you say that he isn't smart enough? I mean, like, because of the
I
intelligence
have an
stat?
intelligence of 4. Yeah,
Isn't 4 like average?
Technically, yeah.
it's below average.
It's
No.
just
I
a
think
zero
average
modifier.
human intelligence is 5. Oh, okay.
No, average human intelligence is
Um,
4.
okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Um, Ozzy will look over to Largon and say, if you cast blast into that bonfire, do you think that you could set all of these mutants on fire?
Hmm. Um, I try to calculate if that's, or like to consider if that's possible.
Roll intelligence. Wow, barely passed. Amazing. So, do
So what?
difficulty. That would be a 0 modifier because it'd be -1 mod plus your +1 mod, but you somehow pass. Lucky you.
Hmm.
Looking at the bonfire and thinking about blast effectiveness, you recall the time that you repelled the invasion by blowing up a barrel. Yes, it would be possible, and these mutants seem to be rather flammable, much like your kind. So yes, if you do blast the bonfire, it would possibly destroy them. Slaves will be fine, don't worry about that.
Yeah, actually, that was my greatest concern, to be honest. Um, I think that's
Yeah.
right. I think that's a bright idea, Ozzy. Maybe we should give it a shot.
You would have to be
Oh,
closer.
really?
Hmm?
I said you guys would have to be closer.
Yeah, so we need to approach a bit stealthily, I guess.
Big sneaky.
Yeah, so do I need to roll like
No, just need to at least come up to wherever before my blue line is.
okay, we'll just get there, I guess. Wait, let me
Yeah,
move my
because it's like super dark out. They probably don't see much past the light of the fire, so. And their mutants are not exactly the greatest.
okay.
Alright, so roll 2d6 for blast.
Ah, crap, man.
3. So hold on a
Yeah,
second. I need to look at
not
something.
good. Not good at all.
So you fail, so you take 5 damage to yourself. But
Damn it.
the attack still goes off, because blast is one of those spells that always triggers.
Like a magic missile.
Hmm.
As you let loose, an explosion envelops the fire, and you see the Limoges who were once dancing and twirling with glee, jiggling their fat at each other. Now all of a sudden they're blazing, they're screaming, and they're just wiggling their fats trying to put themselves out. But they keel over and die. Some of the ashes end up on the slaves, but it's not a big concern for them. Congratulations, you guys killed 4 of them. Rather smartly, too.
Nice.
So 4 times 2. That's 8 XP. Since their bodies are burned to crisp, you don't get any loot or any blood, for that matter.
We get a fresh batch of humans, though.
Yes.
Yes.
There's also a chest down at the south side of the bonfire.
Gotta love renewable resources.
As the humans approach you, you see that they are bound. They just look at you, they look tired. Let's get this over with, shall we? You want to kill us, slit our throats? Let's just get this over with, fiends.
Or one slit their throats. You're going to live to see another day. But you need to understand who is who are truly the masters here.
Selling
Yeah, they should
these,
be thanking us.
as you say that, the human just scoffs. Pfft, we just traded one indentured servitude for another. One monster rulership over another monster. There's no difference here. What these things would have done to us.
Well, I think you'll find that what these things would have done to you would be 1,000 times worse of what we're going to do.
You see her biting her tongue. She doesn't really want to say
Agreed.
something.
Provided you serve us, you're going to have a longer life, a much longer life than what you would with those things.
She seems to bite her tongue. She doesn't want to tell you something.
Great.
So
maybe we should... No, I was thinking maybe we should check the chest, I guess.
Alright, roll 1d6 for quality, or whether or not it pertains to you. If it's a 3 to 1, then it doesn't pertain to you. And what do you know? It pertains to you. Okay. So now roll another d6 for quality. 5. Oh my fucking god. Okay.
The good?
Yes.
Good.
So 5.
Can I
Inside it,
sorry.
as you go through it, you find that there is a staff inside. A dark Renaissance steel staff.
Oh, great.
That is plus 3
Good.
damage. As you start to wield it, you see that it starts to burble and spew blood out. It's a blood staff.
Does Ozzy want it or need it?
I know.
Oh no, I'm good.
You sure?
I'm just going to try to charisma this human to see if she'll spill the beans.
What are you trying to ask her?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask her. You seem to have something on your mind, girl. Mind telling me what it is? Try to throw on a charm.
All right, roll 2d6.
It's like the charm.
With a +2 modifier, with a -1 modifier, that's a +1. You actually pass.
Where are the humans
Nice.
actually? Are they here? Like
They are. They. I just didn't bother with tokens because they don't matter.
that's right.
um, as you pass, she finally lashes out. We
Yeah.
gave these monsters their gifts, and they were gonna turn us into them. They were gonna use our own gifts against us. This plan was just folly.
Ew.
We should have just killed you guys outright. But I'm glad. You hear me? Glad that they are killing your kind and putting you under arrows.
I punch her in the head.
Roll 2d6. Alright, she bites your knuckle. More
Fail
damage.
amazingly. Ow.
Learn your place,
Wretched little
immortal.
mortal rat.
We are the true masters of this land.
So with that, your slaves get ferried off to Plural Farms. But at least you learned something new. It's going to give
Perfect.
you 2 XP.
Great.
Somehow the humans are connected to the mutants, but they won't tell you what else.
I knew there was more to that story. It doesn't look good.
Traitorous little bastards.
Alright, so where do you guys go next?
Hmm. Can I do a quick
like the next step
investigation right
is
over here?
Yeah, you both would just have to be over here. This map is much smaller than the farm map, so don't be surprised.
Yeah.
I'm just moving you both over.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, roll 2d6 for perception. Cool, amazing. Anyone else want to roll 2d6 for perception? Awesome. Okay, we finally get something.
Ah, crap, more of those things.
As you walk through, you hear a commotion, burbling commotion, gurgling speech.
Mhm.
But, you know, with a keen cunning, you could probably sneak in and eavesdrop on them.
That sounds like a splendid idea.
You have good cunning, so you could roll 2d6. 3,
I
4,
will
that
wait for you here,
passes.
cousin.
As you get closer to the mutants, you hear them talking. But not just talking, you hear them complaining.
Ooh.
I don't understand why we even put up with their kind. Yeah, we should just take them all and just turn them into us. For some reason, the humans keep giving us them potion-y things. And they act as though we're their slaves. They're our slaves. One of them corrects him. As they keep talking, you kind of get together so far that humans have been giving them something. And that it seems like they want to take out humanity.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Finding out this information that humans and the mutants are working together, this gives you a garnered of 10 XP and 50 gold each.
Oh, damn.
So it levels up Fuddy to level 7. That levels up you to level 5.
Oh, damn.
I mean level 4, not 7. Jesus Christ. Alright,
About to say.
so level 5, you get 1 skill point. Dark November.
Okay.
With a magic skill of 4 and cunning of 6.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. What was the question?
I said, because you leveled up to level 5, you get 1 skill point.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, now I get it. So, sorry. Yeah, maybe I should level up my magic, I guess.
So that'll put it at 5. Still has 0 mod, but at least it's better.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Fuddy, you're level 4, so that means that you get a stat point and you get a skill point. Fuddy.
I'll put a point into endurance.
So that puts you at 6.
And oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, magic of 4, melee proficiency of 2.
Yeah. Do you need that that other staff that you collected? Dark November?
What did I do?
You tried to offer. Yeah. I'll put it towards magic.
Yeah, I've actually invested more in magic and cunning
Oh,
as far as it concerns skills.
right.
Alright.
Then I will go. I'll go melee.
Melee proficiency or melee?
Proficiency. Yeah.
Alright, so that's going to put you at 3. Still -1 modifier, and then magic of 3. Still -1 modifier. At level 4, you could take a class, but you haven't really done any of the achievements for a class yet, so nothing. So the cave entrance is before you. You guys can ignore this fight entirely and just go straight into the cave.
Yeah, sure.
Alrighty.
That's a good idea.
Now I'll swiftly be on Largon's tail.
Well, yep.
Alright. Roll 2d6 for perception to see the area.
Must be dark as hell in there.
It is. You see there's somewhat 2 paths before you. Barely. Down here, you hear a little bit of commotion. But down here, you feel like this is the way to go because it's much more open.
Okay. I guess we're gonna proceed cautiously. because we don't know what the hell is in there. Possibly more mutants.
Whatever it is, we'll face it valiantly and emerge victorious, as is our right.
Well, definitely will.
I'm waiting for you guys to move.
Oh.
There's two paths.
I'll perception the left path.
Okay.
See if I can get a look.
Oh shit, that's right. You're at 18 HP. I gotta change that. 18, 18. Alright. Peering into the darkness. I don't know why I just rolled. I meant to hit the other button. There we go. Peering into the darkness, you see silhouettes of another great beast talking down there, but you can't really see them too well.
Okay. Should I roll for movement or?
You're not in combat now, so but you just have two paths. Fuddy kind of revealed most of it. You guys see silhouettes of giant creatures, but the other path below you is more open, and you think that might be the way forward.
I'll follow that path then. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
Can we hear if they're having any kind of, if they're saying anything new or interesting
You'd have to
as we
get
pass by?
you'd have to get closer and roll a perception check, but just know that runs the risk of
Ooh,
you.
yeah, I think I'll stick with the right path. Yeah, Largon is right.
Okay, so there is some sort of chest over there. Or if it isn't a chest, I don't know what the hell that is.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what that is down there. Yeah, shit, I hope you're right. I hope that is a chest. Would be neat.
So I guess we need to use perception to see further, or what do we do?
I'm
Well,
sure. Yeah, I'll go for another perception check.
you're gonna have to get closer. You fail
Ah.
anyways, but yeah, you're gonna have to get closer. Get right about where the blue line is.
Okay. So what do we see over there?
Roll a perception.
I was expecting that.
You barely passed. Amazing. Looking into
Yeah.
the area, you see that it's pretty empty, surprisingly. You see a few
Hmm.
pillars just standing around. You're not really sure what. And as you enter the cave, you just see a large boulder, it seems. So you just kind of keep looking around. This cave is ominous. It's quiet. You're not really sure what the hell's in it.
Spooky.
If
Okay.
you had the trait Nocturnal Eyes, you guys would be able to see everything. But
Well, we don't.
yep.
Oof.
So I guess we do once more perception, or
Yeah, you'd have to get way into the cave though. Try to investigate, try to figure out what's going on.
should we move a bit closer then?
Yep.
Okay. Like here?
Yep, that's fine. Fuddy, go join him.
Oh, come on, you cooperate with me. There we go.
Alright, roll 2d6.
Oh, do I also have to roll? Okay.
Sure.
In case you could see something else,
Beautiful.
which I do not.
As you look around, you realize that that giant boulder you thought was a boulder is not, in fact, a boulder. It's actually a giant creature.
Not great.
The beacher starts to wiggle, and you see tentacles sprawling out of every orifice around the thing. You've never seen so many tentacles before. Easily, this thing is fatter than the largest mutants you've ever encountered. The beast wiggles, and you see its eyes glow with magic. The beast speaks in a spitting tone. Who dares interfere with our plan?
Oh, crap.
Roll me a magic check.
Right away.
You can tell that the creature is being possessed, but you can't really tell by what.
Oh, shit.
Crap, man.
The creature starts slamming its tentacles. You feel the cave shake when he does it. The pillars barely holding this place. Kill the intruders! It speaks in a guttural tone, but no one comes and answers its call. Combat begins. This is the boss. Kill this, the campaign's over. I don't know if you guys see its HP bar.
Yeah, that's visible. Oh, crap now. That's the source of our problems.
Once I get done throwing up at the sight of this thing, I'll point over to the pillars and say to Lorgon, "You think we could bring the roof down on this monstrosity?"
Hello?
Yeah, sorry, I was just a bit tired. Well, I was just thinking now, good. So we roll initiatives, or no? Sorry, that was a different one. So who's playing first?
You are, and then Fuddy will play second, and then the monster will play last.
Okay. Then
Fuddy
this
asked you a
case,
question.
what was the question? Sorry, because I was a bit. Yeah, I
Oh,
got a
that's
bit
cool.
buzzed.
Ozzy will point towards the brittle-looking pillars and ask Largon, "Do you think that we could bring the roof down on this creature?"
we can bring the roof down on this creature, but the problem is, what if the roof also what if the roof falls on us as well?
Fair enough.
Can I assess how
Yeah.
plausible this is, or
Yeah.
the probability that that the cave collapses with us in it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Crap.
5. All right. So with a +2 mod, +1 from your intelligence, and then +1 due to easiness of the difficulty, you look at the pillars and you look at the roof, and you can guesstimate that you would have a small period of time to quickly run out of the area when the pillars are destroyed. So it would be close, but yes, you could do it.
The question though is, if we truly do that, how much can we deduce about the Newton problem? Because I think that we will be way more valued if we bring answers as to how this came to be. If we destroy the cave, though, we're going to destroy any evidence, aren't we?
Possibly, but you do know enough about the problem to handle it. Well, you know that this creature seems to be the culprit. Whatever's possessing this creature needs to stop.
Yes, there isn't one way to do that, right? So I guess I'll attack. I think our best bet is to attack the creature. What do you think, Ozzy?
I will follow your lead and trust your judgment, cousin.
Well, I can try to bring the cave down, but if I do that, then all possible evidence as to what came this, what brought this mutation to be, will be lost. Whereas if we destroy this creature, then from its corpse we can receive valuable info, as we can receive valuable information. I think. I think it's worth attacking it, like head on.
We could even learn what's actually possessing.
What exactly?
I didn't understand that either. That was really weird.
We might actually be able to trace the magic and see whatever it is that was possessing this thing.
So you go first, Largon, and then it would be Fuddy.
What's the most like damaging magic that I could do right now?
Probably mind magic.
Like that embolic strike?
No, that's blood magic.
That's blood magic, right? Um,
Shattered Mirror is 6 runes, but for you as a Zephanim, it's 4. And you would just need to roll 5 to cast. But what it would do is your perception or your intelligence divided by 2, plus your magic or cunning skill divided by 2. Right now your cunning is higher, so it'd be your cunning. And then your item, which is your steel, dark renaissance steel staff, and all that damage ignores armor.
yes, I'm gonna do a shard mirror on him.
Roll 2d6. Alright, that's beautiful. That works. 8. So you're going to, let me quickly look at your stats. So 3 plus 3 plus 3. Beautiful. You do 9 damage total. And you lose 4 runes. Beautiful. Alright, Fuddy, it's your turn. Mind you, shapeshifting into a wolf costs you a turn.
Hmm. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. All right. I think
Okay.
that might just be the most viable path I can take. Is just going into wolf form. So yeah, I'll spend my turn doing that. Yeah, I'll just go into wolf form.
Okay, so that's your turn. The beast is going to try to move. It doesn't. It can't move.
You see that, cousin? Its blubber has welded it into place.
Okay.
As it does that and it realizes it can't move because it's too blubberish, it starts slamming its tentacles onto the cave ground. Roll me a strength check, both of you.
Oh shit.
All
Well,
right. All right. So your Fuddy resisted it, but you're gonna get a -2 to movement
crap.
because
I'm
you're a
trapped.
little unsteady. Yeah. All right. So it's your guys' turn. You're gonna regenerate 1 rune. All right, it's your turn. Now, mind you, any movement roll you make, it's gonna be -2. So if you roll a 2, you're gonna move nothing.
I think I'm going to attack him with a blast.
You don't have enough runes.
Actually, a bolt. Sorry.
Energy bolt. Okay. Roll 2d6. 8. Beautiful. I mean 7. That doesn't matter. Still passed. All right. It's Crackhead Wednesdays, it seems. So let's look here. So we got 6. That's 3 plus 2 plus 3. All right. So 5 plus 3. That's 8 damage. This beast suffers. All right, Fuddy, your turn.
Yes. Oh, roll for movement.
So you can move 4 tiles.
Let us wage war, fiend. And I'll get right up in his face and go for a mighty slashing attack with my claws.
All right, you crit fail.
Of course. The curse continues.
All right, the beast tries to move, but Fuddy's kind of blocking it. But let's see if it can. It only moves 1 tile up. Beautiful. And then it's going to attack. Both attacks land, doing 8 damage per hit. Fuddy, do you want to roll a perception to see if you could at least reduce it by 1 damage?
Yeah, that'd be.
Happily.
All right, you barely pass. Beautiful.
10.
So Fuddy has 1 HP left.
Crap. Maybe you should use your blood vial or something.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
Alright, it's your guys' turn. The beast wiggles its tentacles in anticipation, ready to beat the shit out of Fuddy.
Crap. I'm gonna use an energy bolt against it. Oh wait, is there?
You did increase your charisma a little bit, but that's not going to help you because your charisma is not high enough to really give you any awesome powers. So
Yeah.
you do have other things at your disposal, of course. What are you rolling for?
Traded by mistake.
Huh?
I was just thinking if I could. I was thinking if using an energy bolt was better than something else.
You do get a nice bonus to your mind magic.
Yeah, but I was thinking, what should I use? Should I use Shatter Mirror? Does it do anything against him now?
Shattered Mirror still hurts, yeah. It's a damage spell.
I guess I can try hitting him with it once more. How many runes do I need?
4.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that then.
Roll another 1d6. You already rolled 1. I need 2.
Mhm.
Beautiful 9. Yeah, that goes through. So looking at your stats, I keep pulling up Fuddies on accident. So we're looking at 3 plus 3 plus 3. That's going to be 9 damage. The beast is getting pissed, and it's starting to look at you.
Ah, crap, that's not good.
Alright, Fuddy, it's your turn. You're badly damaged, probably on the brink of death.
Thankfully, not dumb enough to try to drink from this creature. I'll just have a blood vial.
You want to do that while
And
you're standing in place, or do you want to run away?
I'll retreat a little bit.
Alright, so that gives you 7 range.
I'll just fall back to stand next to Largon and have a drink.
Alright, so you pop one of your blood vials for an action. You have 18 HP, that's 9, so that's going to put you at 10 HP now. So now you're down to 7.
Alrighty.
The creature tries to move. Let's see that. And it doesn't. Okay. It starts wiggling its tentacles again, slamming on the ground. Both of you make a strength check for me.
He likes to wiggle, wiggle, and shake it, shake it.
Alright, Fuddy failed, so you're going to have a slow debuff.
I cannot help him succeed, right?
No, you can only roll
Yeah.
for your own success. Roll a strength check for me.
Yep. Oh, sorry, it was the first one.
No, it's fine. Failed either way. Alright, so it's your guys' turn. You regenerate 1 rune.
Okay. Uh. I I'll try to hit him with energy bolt once more.
All right, roll me 2d6.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, that's a crit. Beautiful.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. So energy bolt is going to be 3 plus 2 plus 3. So that's going to be 8 damage plus another 4. It's 12. So it's taking a total of 16 damage. Damn. You fucked that shit up. Alright, Fuddy, your turn.
Hell yeah. All right, time to get back in action.
Just a reminder, Fuddy, you can cast energy magic for free.
That's true. I'm just gonna go for. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for some melee.
So you're only going to move 4
Get in
tiles.
there. Yeah, that should be all I need.
6?
Sorry, that was by mistake the last roll.
Yeah, I'll get back in there and go for another
You
swipe with
fail.
my claws. Amazing.
Just a reminder, your melee is -2 mod. It's because it's only 1. Werewolves don't use weapons.
Right.
Alright, the beast attacks. Let's see if he kills Fuddy.
Oh crap.
Okay. So Fuddy is down.
Shit. I cannot help him up in a way or something.
Unless you want to try to give him a blood vial, but that would put you in danger zone.
I have 2 blood vials, right?
Yep.
How much HP I have right now?
10 out of 15. So it's your turn. You still have the debuff for movement.
Yeah, I was just thinking. Well, I think I'll get one. I'm gonna roll for movement,
3.
and then like I'm gonna.
So that's going to mean only 1 tile.
Wait, I'll get here. Try to heal. Fuddy.
Alright.
Ozzy. With like the blood vial, one of my regular blood vials.
Alright, Fuddy, you're alive.
Nice. Thank you, cousin. I thought my wolf strength would be enough, but it seems today was not that day.
This guy's tougher than what she seems.
Alright, Fuddy, your turn is used because you were
Agreed.
just revived. The monster starts to slam his tentacles down again to debuff you guys with movement. Fuddy, since you're so damn close, you might risk getting hit. So can you roll me a perception?
Absolutely. Excuse me.
And okay, so you pass. You managed to dodge it barely.
Oh shit.
All right, both of you roll me strength again.
Both of us?
Yes. All right, you both pass.
Oh.
You both resist. So now you guys can scurry
Hell
away.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's your guys' turn. Your runes regenerate. This is a much closer battle than I anticipated.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Well, And now I have just 5 runes.
Yes, I just regenerate you from 4 to 5. Don't forget you also have a staff that does blood magic, so it can go through armor and hurt them really, really badly with just a staff attack, allowing you to recuperate your runes. But right now you guys are both in the attack range of the monster, so I'd probably roll movement. So roll a 1d6.
Yeah, I'll do that. Sorry.
No, you're fine. This is later than what we anticipated. I didn't expect this to go on so long.
Yeah, sorry, I got a bit drowsy.
I was doing that last campaign too. So yeah, 4 movement.
Sorry for taking so long to get here, guys.
That's
no
fine.
problem. No problem. Shit, I was just thinking. Well, maybe I should put some distance, like here. And
You can cast your staff to attack it.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like the basic attack from the staff.
All right, roll 2d6. 3. Oh, 5. Okay, my bad. I didn't see the first one. So we got
Yeah,
plus
sure.
1, 0. That barely fails. So no, nothing happens. That's fine though.
Yeah.
At least your staff isn't used up, so it's not on cooldown or nothing. Fuddy, your turn.
Sweet. I will also retreat. Oh, come on. Google, there we go. 5.
You googling the answers on how to deal with this?
No, I'm running Roll20 on Google, and it's just
Use
it's giving me.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I really should. That'd be excellent.
World of Nosgoth.io, trying to figure out all the strats and metas.
It's gonna be funny because yeah, I don't know if it's gonna actually answer that. I think it's gonna try to make up stuff or
Yeah.
something. You get new rules.
Oh, that would be interesting to see what kind of rules
that-
it would come up with to try to make sense of that.
What was that case in? I think it was in the U.S., wasn't it, with that lawyer that used ChatGPT for a case or something, and it started referencing non-existent cases.
Oh my god.
It was
Oh,
really,
amazing.
I think he lost his license over it.
Oh
Some
yeah.
shit. Yeah. I mean, like, makes sense.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, I mean, it started
Holy
referencing non-existent cases and stuff. It's pretty cool.
So Fuddy, you can cast magic for free only if it's energy magic. You can still suffer the
yeah.
consequences though if you fail them.
Warriors.
You know what? I'm gonna go for broke. Let's hope that the curse does not endure. I'm gonna go for a blast.
All right, roll
Don't worry,
7 or
Ozzy.
higher.
Just do your best.
Oh my god.
Holy shit!
So because you don't meet requirements, you don't crit it, but on the flip side, at least you're not dealing with any negatives. So
Fuck yeah!
that's gonna be 4 plus 3 plus 1. So you're doing 8 damage to the creature, and you damage the pillar a little bit.
Uh-oh.
All right, the creature tries to move. It only moves once. You guys regenerate your runes. All right, your guys' turn.
Crap now.
Think of the bright side. You're almost at halfway.
Almost at halfway.
Yep. You don't see how much HP you've
Oh,
already knocked
Jesus.
off?
Yeah, I just looked at it.
If
Oh,
I use a blood vial, how much of
It's half
is
of your
that
HP.
is that a free action?
No.
Crap.
Yeah, this game is very tactical. So doing things like switching your weapons, using a potion, using a spell, yeah, that uses up.
Okay, I'm gonna use an energy bolt against it.
The only thing that I would consider a free action is stuff like some item enchantments. But that depends. Like if your item enchantment literally just summons a fireball, then no, that's your action. But if your item enchantment is like, oh, you activate this boot and now you get +2 perception, I'll allow it. But that's just me personally.
Hmm.
All right, so you do energy bolt, cast your 2d6.
To the 6?
Yeah, 2d6,
Yep.
2d6.
Yeah, right here. Sorry. Well, it is 6. Here goes 7.
Beautiful. You hit the fiend for another 8 damage. The fiend seems to get mad and starts to slam its tentacles around even more. Fuddy, it's your turn.
all right. Hmm. Oh, no, I can't do that, damn. Do, oh, yeah, I still need to meet requirements. Okay. I will cast Shield on Largon to protect him from physical damage.
Okay. Roll 2d6. So you get 5 to cast. Beautiful. Alright. Largon, you're a little bit protected. Alright, it's the monster's turn. See if it moves. It does not. It wiggles its tentacles. Yep, it ends up destroying one of the pillars.
Shit.
Okay, that doesn't look pretty good.
As the monster does this, you notice some rubble falling down. Roll perception for me, both of you. Okay, you both
6.
dodge it. Beautiful. Fuddy crits. As he dodges it, you have a chance to quickly kick the rock at the monster. Do you wish to do this?
Yeah.
I will karate kick the shit out of that rock.
As you dodge it, you roundhouse kick it because you're in wolf form, so that gives you 7 strength, which is exactly what you need.
A roundhouse kick it.
That does 15 damage. The monster's at 102. Alrighty. It's your guys' turn. You guys regenerate 1 rune.
Okay. Damn it, I need something. I was just thinking, how can I damage him more?
I'll be right back, guys. I just have to run to the bathroom.
Cool.
I'm just thinking, how could I damage him more? I don't know.
The most damaging thing is always going to be cunning attacks or
Like-
some ridiculous spell. Now, unfortunately, due to your level and due to your rune count, you don't really have those capabilities to do a spell.
No, I don't.
And due to the danger of the monster, it's not really advantageous for you to try to get close to it. But you could try it if you want.
So basically, it means that I have energy bolt, and it's like my best bet right now.
Yeah, you keep consistently doing 8 damage to it.
I'll try it once more.
You can also try using your staff attack
Yeah, sure. I'll use my staff attack instead this
because
time.
it ignores damage. I mean, armor.
Mm-hmm.
The creature doesn't really have any, but yeah.
Staff attack then.
2d6. Beautiful, goes through. So we're looking at 3 plus 2 plus 3. Beautiful. So we're looking at, again, 8 damage.
Alright.
And now your staff is on cooldown. Alright, Fuddy's turn. And he's carpet bombing the toilet right now, so it's going to be a bit. Oh boy, he's typing. Oh, he must be grunting really hard. He's digitally disimpacting himself. I will say this, working in a rehab area, you would not believe how many times disimpaction comes up.
Kind of screwed.
I've never seen so many old men want a suppository. Unless you work in a rehab, they love it.
Oh,
They're on their,
oh god.
they're on their call lights all day and all night. Nurse, I need a suppository.
In my clinic, I mean, I get every time I have a night shift at the ship and at the CPU, it's like everybody wants to have a sleeping pill or something, you know, and they want the benzodiazepines and the kind of stuff. I'm like, man, you don't need that stuff. I try to give them melatonin tablets first, like melatonin pills. Hopefully it works and they don't request stronger sleeping tablets, but I don't know, mate.
What I usually do, because honestly, if it's more like anxiety, like I've noticed that, like if a patient has like Xanax ordered or whatever, I'll just give it to them in their night pills, and they'll knock the fuck out. They'll be out all
No,
night. It's
no,
usually anxiety related.
I mean, like I do that as well, but it's like generally, if I can avoid it, I avoid it.
Tylenol also works. Tylenol is really nice, especially for old people. For some reason, Tylenol knocks them the fuck out.
What substance is Tylenol?
Acetaminophen.
Okay, yeah. In Europe, we call it paracetamol.
Yeah,
That's
but
basically the same. What?
acetaminophen is really nice against old people. For some reason, it really like knocks them out, helps them sleep.
Yeah, it actually works. I mean, like, never thought about it.
What I always do, if I see that a patient
I was
has,
just thinking if it's more of a placebo effect or so.
I don't tell the patient, so I usually just tell them like, "Hey, here you go. Here's some. Here's your night meds," and they take it, and they're usually out for the night. I don't know why, but Tylenol always works.
Mm.
One of the older nurses, she's like, "Oh yeah, this works for me every time," and I tried it because I had 3 nights in a row with the same patient group. So I was like, you know what? I'll try not giving it to them. Yeah, they were on their call light a lot. Next night, I was like, you know what? I'm going to add Tylenol in there. And they would ask, like, oh, there's 2 extra pills. I'll be like, yeah, that's just for pain and stuff because you were complaining about it. And,
It worked.
yep, they would be out. It was beautiful every time.
Maybe I should try it as well next time.
Yeah, just 650 milligrams of acetaminophen. They're out.
Works like a charm. Wait, so where were we? Sorry.
No, we're
Am I
waiting for
playing
Fuddy
it?
to come back. That's why we're waiting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, cool. Someone's rolling.
Alright, I'll roll him. Energy bolts. Oh, beautiful. He rolled a 10. Even better. Does he actually meet the requirements for it? Is the question. No, he doesn't, because his intelligence is 4. That's fine. At least he succeeds. So he's going to hit the fiend for minus 3 damage. So it's 2 plus 2 plus 1. So he's going to do 2 damage to it. Yay. Not a whole lot of damage. Alright, the monster tries to move. Let's see. It cannot. The monster starts slamming its tentacles, and you guys feel like you're about to lose your balance. Roll me strength checks. I'll roll for Fuddy.
Strength checks?
Fuddy resisted. Strength, yes. To see if you get debuff for movement again.
Yeah. Just a second, sorry.
One of the nice things about acetaminophen, though, is that it's an analgesic, it's anti-inflammatory, it's a lot of things. Alright, well, you failed. At least it's not a crit fail. So you are slowed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of things. It doesn't have also many side effects other than liver toxicity, but that's only if you exceed the suggested dose, daily dose.
Yeah, which is like 3,000 if they have liver failure, or 4,000 if they're just a normal person.
Yeah.
So your debuff with your movement, your staff is recharging, but you have 6 runes now.
Okay. 6 runes. And now I can hit him with what in this case? Wait, because I'm like, I can still use the staff, or does it have to charge first?
So the staff needs to charge for 1 turn. Since you used it last turn, you just gotta wait.
So I guess I can hit him with an energy bolt.
Yeah. Probably the most powerful spell in your arsenal is the Phantom Friends, which would be 10 runes, which you summon 2 Shadow Fiends to attack him. But
right now I have just 6 runes.
Yeah. Alright, so roll 2d6 for energy bolt. 9, beautiful, you almost crit.
Close enough.
Do 8 damage. Don't forget you also have Vic on standby.
Yeah, it was Vic.
Alright, Fuddy, your turn.
Should we call Vic to assist us?
Absolutely. I'm guessing Logon's the only one with the method to contact Vic.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm tempted, but I don't want to test my luck. I'll just go for another energy bolt myself.
Just a reminder, you're not doing much damage with it. Cool, you do 2 damage again. Cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, the monster tries to move. Just letting you guys know you guys are rather close to it. It fails. Awesome. So it starts slapping its tentacles down. You see the roof starts to shake again. Roll me perception checks.
Perception checks.
Alright. So both of you fail, but thanks to the shield that Fuddy put on you, Largon, you don't take any damage. The shield literally blocks it as the shield fades away.
Thanks.
No problem.
Fuddy, on the other hand, a rock drops on you. You take 4 damage.
Oh shit.
Amazing.
All right, it's your guys' turn. Your rune regenerates to 5.
Yeah, crap. What am I gonna do with what's needed?
If you're gonna summon Vic, you can do it, and it's not considered an action.
Fine, I'll summon Vic.
So you flash your earring, and as you flash it, you see the monster look. Oh no. Fuddy looks at you at the ring. Oh no. All of a sudden, bursting through the cave wall, he trips on himself and he falls on the floor and he goes, oh yeah. Looks like he just woke up.
So he's gonna be like
Amazing.
the main man or some shit.
You see him slowly
Oh, god
stand
damn
up.
it, I love Vic.
As he stands up, the hole in the cave wall just kind of recollapses on itself. You see him brush off the dust and rocks, and you see him take a swig of his jug. Now this is a big one, brother. Just give me a moment there, beastie. I got you. The beast just starts to wiggle and look at him. It's not really sure what to make of him.
Understandable.
Maybe
Vic
it was the best
rolls.
idea to summon him.
Vic lands a punch. So it's going to do 9 damage.
Show him who's the boss around here.
As he punches it, the monster squeals in anticipation of a real challenge. Vic looks at his fist. A little bit of steam is coming off of it. Say, you're a tough one, feller. All right. You can still continue on with your action. Dark November, were you going to cast something, or were you going to...
I'm just thinking. Yeah, right. You're right. That was a free action, right? Summoning Vic.
Yeah.
I'll keep on hitting it a bit with my energy bolt until my staff recharges.
It is recharged. It's charged right now. You can cast.
Then I'll hit it with the staff. So
Beautiful. You do 8 damage. All right, Fuddy, your turn.
All right. I'm gonna roll for movement. Two, incredible.
Well,
I'll
it's
try
more than
to.
2, but yeah.
Can I use half my movement, take a swing, and then return to my
No.
previous position?
No.
Damn. Okay. I'll just go for a sweep with my claws.
Hey, we actually got a hit.
Nice.
So you deal 7 damage to the creature. You slide your claws along its tentacles. The creature looks a little upset, but it's not too worried. All right, the creature's turn. The creature starts to get pissed, especially with how damaged it's getting. It now does 3 attacks per turn. Oh my god, it crit. Okay.
Oh no.
So 9, 18. Alright, the beast slams into Vic repeatedly with his tentacles.
oh, shit.
Vic gets down one knee, spits a little bit of blood out of his mouth. I may have to go all out on this one. You see Vic take a swig of his jug. All of a sudden, his HP flies back up to full, and he whips out his armor. He's fully decked in Dark Renaissance gear.
Oh shit.
Crap, guy's loaded.
I say, fella, you're worth the fight. And you see Vic throw something at the beast, and when the bottle shatters, it actually heals the creature.
Oh shit.
Did he just heal him?
Yeah,
Why?
you can ask him.
I think that's a bit counterproductive. Why? We're screwed now.
Ozzy is just frozen in silence. This is
I mean,
either a work
earlier
of
he's
genius
supposed
or
to be
someone
like
fitted.
8 HP around, and right now he's healing him. Man. Change of plan. Let's just abandon Vic here.
Goodbye, Vic.
Go our merry way. Man, what the hell?
You see Vic spit on his knuckles. This is gonna be glorious.
God.
So it is your guys' turn, and then it'll be Vic's turn, and then it'll be the monster.
This is like if Kain in Blood Omen summoned Vorador. Vorador did not only defeat Malek, but like, I don't know. I'm just trying to it's like if Vorador simply came in there, healed Malek, and then left. It's like he's
Send
trolling
Vic
us or
with an
some shit.
asshole.
Okay, well, crap, what should I do right now? I mean, like, I'm just getting disappointed that Vic healed him.
Well, think about the right side. At least now Vic's whipped out his actual gear set.
Well, I'm just thinking. What to do? I'll just hit him with energy bolt again, I guess.
Energy bolt? Okay. I don't know why yours has double parentheses. That's very interesting.
Hmm?
No, I was just saying it's kind of interesting that yours has like double parentheses.
Yeah, just by mistake I did advanced roll right now. I'm just trying to revert it to the basic one.
All right, Fuddy, your turn.
Oh, I don't know what to do.
All right. Let's see. Shouts take an action, don't they?
So what are you doing, Fuddy?
I'll just go for another physical attack. Yeah.
All right, you crit fail.
Amazing. Hey, don't you start.
All
Come.
right. You see Vic slide his foot off to the side. He adopts an open stance. He gets his fist up, and you see him gearing for an attack. And he fucking lands it. He does 3 blows at
Nice.
once. Oh my god. He punches the fiend, doing 13 damage each hit. So 13 times 3. God damn it. I was hoping he would fuck up and just get himself killed, but no. He does 39 damage. Oh, whoops. Oh my god. It won't let me reset it.
Vic is like completely unpredictable, man. It's like a wild card.
Absolutely.
As he's done punching the fiend, you see the fiend howling in pain with 3 craters on its chest. And you see smoke coming from Vic's gloves. Ooh, this is good. You're still standing, brother. The beast gets ready to attack. It fails 1, lands 2. Vic takes almost damn near no damage from it.
Vic takes no damage?
Yeah. He's wearing full Dark Renaissance steel gear, and due to some of his interesting classes, he gets an extra armor from Dark Renaissance gear, so he's got a total armor of 20, which means that he has 10 damage reduction. The creature's hitting
God
for
damn.
roughly 9 damage per hit, so Vic is literally resisting it all. Vic just starts shushing the monster as it squeals. Shh. Don't worry, little buddy. I know you got more in store for me. You see him holding another healing vial.
No, Vic, seriously, don't.
Please don't heal it again.
Vic sees you guys in despair. He throws a healing vial at Footy. Heals you to full.
Oh, thank God.
Great, because if he's gonna heal,
Leave his ass.
the monster again, next one would be to kill Vic. Vic, seriously, no joke. I would simply attack him all out, and then proceed,
Alright, it's your guys' turn.
because it's starting to get out of hand, the whole situation.
Yeah, that's the curse of Vic. You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
It's a great curse.
Yeah, like, what the hell? It's not like I didn't expect he would do some weird or crazy shit, but it's like this like exceeds all expectations, well, I don't know.
So you have 4 runes. Your staff is not available because no, it is available because you didn't use it last round. And I still have them debuff on you for some reason. Let's get rid of that.
I was thinking of switching to my dagger and approaching the beast,
Okay.
but I cannot use my move and switch, right?
You can move and then switch, yeah, but you just can't act with it. An amazing
Okay.
mighty step forward. Beautiful. All right, Fuddy, your turn.
All right.
And I'm switching to my dagger.
Beautiful. Steel dagger. Nice.
Yep, I'm not brave enough. I'm gonna go for another claw attack.
All right, you land. You do 7 damage. Vic is gonna roll 2d6. Let's see if he does another flurry. He fucking does. Does another 39 damage. The fiend is almost dead. You see the fiend is starting to reel. It's trying to retreat. It can't. It turns around. Its back is to all of you. Vic puts his hand on its massive shoulder. You see him get really close, unearly, just staring at the monster. Come on. Brother, don't tell me that was all you had. The monster tries to swing. Let's see. It fails. It lands 1. It only lands 1. Alright, your guys' turn.
God damn it, I love Vic.
Okay.
Yeah, the first time they were introduced to Vic, every time he touched them, I had them roll to see if they could perception dodge it, because the slightest pat in the back was like 8 damage, because he's fucking strong as shit.
Mm-hmm.
So he ended up killing them a few times.
Still, the best moment was when Half Gear challenged him to a duel and immediately got his head smashed.
Every time.
Yeah. So it's your turn. I forgot to regenerate your rune. You're at 5 now. All right. So you're gonna use a dagger, you said, and try to backstab it. Its back is to you guys because it's been trying to leave.
Yeah, I was thinking be a good idea because perhaps I can. Sorry?
Yeah, cunning of 6, perception of 7.
Can do a bit more damage. Well, I was thinking I'm gonna roll the dice. Okay, 6, so I can get close to the guy,
Beautiful.
and I can try to stab him now.
That goes through because you have a +2 mod. So let's look at the damage. We got 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus another 2. So we're looking at 10 damage total.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
better than the bolts.
The beast is almost dead. Fuddy, are you going to finish it?
I'll sure try. Let's see. Can I roll for movement to leap up on his face?
No. It's kind of massive. Like,
Damn.
its head is like almost touching the ceiling. It's huge.
Oh shit. Alright, fair enough. I'll go for another mighty sweep with my claws.
And that does it. You killed it. And you got actually the best ending to the game. Congrats.
Hell yeah. High five, Largon. I'm not touching Vic. I don't want to die.
Vic looks like he's upset.
Oh no. Okay, I put a little bit of distance between Vic and myself.
Vic is upset.
Yeah.
Who is that?
You can ask him.
What seems to be the matter?
He looks at the beast. You see him come over to its head and pick it up slowly, caressing it. I thought I met a kindred spirit in this thing. Put up a good fight. Smacked me real good. When you guys leave, I'm gonna take this thing with me.
I'm afraid we're going to need to take him back to the farms for further investigation.
Yeah, that's a good call. They might have mages who can resurrect this thing.
I don't think that resurrecting is in the cards, but I definitely think that we need to find what created it, how it was created, and if it's the source of this mutant outbreak.
As you guys talk, one of its tentacles relinquishes a scroll and a bottle.
Ooh.
Okay.
So this is the ending you guys got. Upon banishing the fiend, that the price may have been high. The heroes climb up upon their wounds and search the cave. They find a mysterious vial with a scroll. Next to the fiend, where it once stood, was a crushed desk where the beast had once remained. Inside the scroll lay their hopes, but spoke truth of their nightmares. These beasts and its tentacles are hard to write with, but soon we will sacrifice the vampire denizens of this farm and enact the ritual in their blood, so that we can rise again. I did further research and found a way to undo the mutant's blood. Not that it helps us much. Further research will be done to undo the mutation vial we gave to those human slaves. Having now a potion to cure the mutant blood, the players gain an extra reward and 20 XP.
Fuck yeah.
So now you get 600 gold total, and you both level up.
Whoop whoop.
Perfect. So, what exactly caused this mutant?
So they were using the humans as guinea pigs?
As the scroll told you, they were basically pouring down some sort of liquid and turning the human slaves into mutants that were much stronger, much more sentient.
Okay.
But how this particular mutant came to be, you have no idea. What possessed it, you have no idea either.
Ominous.
Due to your player actions, Olira usurps the Torellum, and she decides to give them jobs. Simply underpaid labor to guard the farm. In exchange, they get the same deal they had before, reduced blood prices. But little did they know that she would alter the deal and make it a little bit more expensive for them by another 2 mere gold. It was a small profit margin, but she was happy with it.
They better pray that it doesn't alter it any further.
I was thinking the same thing.
Vic, having lost what he thought was a kindred spirit, he begged many of the vampire elders to please resurrect the thing, that he'll take good care of it, that he will take responsibility and raise it like a good animal. Many of the elders did not care.
Hey, crazy idea. How about we take out Vic?
Yeah.
I mean, it would solve
I
our
also vote kill
problems.
Vic.
Unfortunately for Vic, many of the elders ignored him because, well, he's crazy and he's stupid at the same time.
Deadly combination.
Some people will witness him at traveling destinations, seeing him crying or lamenting a lost, fallen ally. Many would think it would be another vampire, but little know the truth of what it actually is.
Jesus Christ.
And besides that, many of the vampires would spread news of this alchemy ingredients, but unfortunately, the vial that you guys brought, while it is studied under scrutiny, they're not really able to mass manufacture it because the needed resources come from places that they're not even sure where it would be.
I'm getting the feeling that the Hilden are involved. I don't know how. But certainly all this is extremely suspicious.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know.
And with that, you guys have officially completed Contagion Unleashed.
Great.
Hell yeah.
We contained it.
So you both level up. So Fuddy, you're level 5. That gives you 1 skill point. What do you want it in?
Magic.
Alright, that's going to put you at 4 with a 0 mod. Alright, saving and closing that. And then that's going to put you at level 6 Largon. So now that means that your HP count is a little different. So you get a stat point and a skill point.
A stat point and a skill point?
Yes.
I was thinking about adding something to my endurance.
Okay. Odd choice. Are you just going for 6 in every stat?
Yeah, actually, well, no. Then I guess let's do intelligence.
Okay.
I get 7.
That'll give you 14 runes instead of 12. A little bit more.
Perfect.
And then what skill?
So adding a bit to melee because I have like 1 and it completely sucks. So I'll try to balance it a bit out.
Well, you do
Make
have
it
the
2.
daggers, unless you want.
Oh, it's for unarmed.
Oh, you want to do unarmed as well?
No, I mean the skill applies to unarmed attacks.
It can, yeah. Like if you get behind somebody and start choking them, yeah.
No, I wanted to improve my dagger attacks, and I was thinking,
Because remember, the max level is 8, so you have kind of like a limitation on points. Hello.
I like magic.
Oh, magic. Okay. So it's gonna put you at 6, which means you have a +1 mod, and that opens up a lot of magical spells.
So +1 mod. Perfect. Okay.
All right, that was fun. That lasted a lot longer than I thought it would.
Yeah, that was great.
Vic being unpredictable as always, which is why we love him.
Is it really?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I mean, we definitely love him, but if he was a bit less unpredictable, we would love him even more.
One of the other things in this map was that there was a possibility for a charisma check against some of the mutants, where you guys could have had an easier boss fight by having 3 Lemonagers versus the boss, which would have helped. You guys do have the charisma for it, but it again would have been risky considering how bad you guys have been rolling for some reason.
Lemonade.
I'm just cursed.
The Lemonagers. Yeah, well, it was actually great fun, guys. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, it was great playing with you, man.
If you want to design human character sheets, we could do that now, or if you would rather just stick with vampires, we could do that too.
actually, I'm exhausted right now.
I bet. Yeah.
No, it's okay, it's great. But I'd rather do it. Yeah, I'll prepare my human character sheet for next time, though.
Cool. See ya.
Gladly. I want to try